I went live on the video and the sound was off, so here it is again. If you want to make big ideas profitable, you have to go incrementally. Listen, I'm somebody that loves the concept of dreaming up new ideas, things that have never been done before. And oftentimes when I work with clients, we do that. We enter into new markets, launch things that haven't been done before, and bring profit 7 and 8 figures in these areas that other people aren't doing it in these markets, okay? But there's a process to do this. And many times people that want to do this are skipping the process. They believe that one day I will get to a place where I can finally have everything and know everything to do that. Listen, if you're not somebody that has $1 million in capital to invest and possibly lose all of it, yes, that's part of it, and possibly lose all of it, you can't skip steps along the process. You can't skip ahead of the game. You have to start with and be faithful with what you have right now. And this is what people mean when they say stay in your lane. I used to despise that when people would say stay in your lane, when they would say, focus on what you're doing. And then I learned, what it is that if we try to go so far outside of our lane too quickly, we will crash and burn because there's no audience, there's no experience, and the lessons along the way, unless you can lose all of this money, all of this time, all of that resource, it's not going to work out. And so how do we do this? When you want to pivot a big idea and make it profitable, you have to start with what's just 5 to 10% outside of what I already have experience doing. What have I already done and had an impact with my whole life, my whole body of work? For me, that was video production, websites, and running ads. This is something that I've done for so long. I work with clients where they've had experience offline in so many different ways and arenas, and we bring them online, not by changing what they're doing, by the way. This is the only way it works. We literally do a one-to-one of exactly what they've done offline, online. Now, how do you translate that? Well, I had a meeting with a lady yesterday where we talked about this. She has a proven process of getting people from a lead to a $2,000 package, okay? There's a process that she does this offline with, but she didn't know how to bring it online and translate that. And so I said, we have to look at how are you getting those people before they even engage with you in the first step? How are you finding those people? Well, there's somebody else that does that work. So I said, we need to duplicate that, find those people, and then bring them into your process. How do you make big ideas profitable? You don't do it by just throwing all in to that one big idea and neglecting what you have done before. You can do this if you have a lot of cash to lose, if you have a lot of time to waste and to lose, because you're going to lose it. You are going to fail. You are going to miss out, and you are going to not be successful when you first start a big idea brand new. And so this is why, if your risk tolerance is a little bit, you can do just a little incremental movement towards that big idea. Listen, if you can't lose $500 a day, can you lose $5 a day testing something? Can you lose $10 a day? If you can't do that, then you need to look at, okay, what do I need to learn? What do I need to pivot? What do I need to grow in to get to that place? Many times people are trying to skip steps along the way because they're tired, they're exhausted, they're burnt out doing what they already have experience in. They're burnt out with what they're so good at. And they're hearing from people, oftentimes I have clients that I work with, that they're hearing that nobody is willing to spend money for what they are used to doing. And all that needs to happen is a 5 to 10% pivot to open up a new idea in the existing market that they're already in, to open up a new strategy. Now, how do we come up with those strategies? That's by reading data. That's by asking questions. That's by talking to the market and listening to what these people are saying, listening to the concerns that they have. Listen, the most frustrated person in your market is telling you a strategy to solve a problem for your market that nobody else is doing. And so if you can listen instead of saying, well, they're just stupid or they just don't get it. How can you help them get it? How can you help serve your market and the frustrated people in that market with just a 5 to 10% pivot? Now, let's say that you have a big idea. By the way, I commend you for getting this far into this video. Many of you, many people, not you, but that watched this video, cut off and turned the video off because I haven't talked about getting to the big idea yet because they were impatient and they couldn't watch 5 minutes into a video to get to the point already. But if you're somebody that's teachable and willing to learn, this is how you do that. You start with what's 5 to 10% outside of your lane. You roll the profit in, and then you keep moving 5 to 10% out more and more, incrementally, over time, incrementally. Okay? We mastered that 5% outside. Let's go 5 to 10% more outside and build over time. Stair step. Go along the process. Listen. I have big goals myself that are completely outside of the lane of what I do right now and have done for years. But the only way that I will ever get to them is by being faithful with what I have in front of me. My audience that I have right now, my business that I have right now, helping people with the knowledge that I have to help them get to the next level. Listen, how did I go from building websites and making videos for people to coaching business owners on making 7 to 8 figures? I had no track record in that 15 years ago. Even 5 years ago, starting to coach people on this. I could tell them, okay, what to do with their videos, what to do with their website, but to be honest, I wasn't very good at coaching people. And so how did I do this? I started doing it for free with people. I started having more conversations with people. I started helping people with what was in front of me. Instead of being disappointed that, oh, I can't go after the big thing today because I can't go after the big thing right now, I stayed faithful with what was in front of me. And now, right now, we have a client that we helped scale up to that level. We have multiple clients that we're helping scale up to that 7-figure level, that are breaking that level, that are breaking through that. And so for you to pivot into and bring your big ideas to market, you have to start with being faithful with what's right in front of you right now. What audience do you have? What group do you have? What are those ideas that you've thought, well, that's a stupid idea, or that's not really what I want to do because I've been doing that for so long and I'm burnt out doing that you can do to get results. And when you do this, you can shift into what's working to bring your big ideas to fruition. Instead of being frustrated, instead of being burnt out, instead of hoping that one day I will arrive at a place where I can finally do it, things will start to fall into place just by being faithful with what's right in front of you, what you've done in the past. A slight pivot over time will compound and success will happen and big ideas will come to fruition. So that's how you do that. That's how you bring big ideas to fruition. Listen, if you want to coach with me and work on building towards your goals, building towards your big ideas, I'd love to work with you. Head on over to my website, go to jeremiahkrakowski.com or click the link on this post and schedule a free 15-minute call with me. And let's come up with a strategy. Where are you stuck? Where are you at? Where are you going from? And what are your goals so that we can build and become successful creating those big ideas and launching today. We'll talk soon, everybody. Have a good one.